The new Final Fantasy XVI Ambition trailer is absolutely stunning, and I am incredibly happy to say that this is a game that finally looks next-gen. The PS5 exclusivity looks entirely justified looking at this game now. I cannot begin to describe the tingles that I felt when watching that trailer, and trust me when I say you are going to want to hit that subscribe button. I do everything in my power to make sure that this is the channel that most aggressively covers everything with Final Fantasy XVI. And so if you are hyped for this game, this is the place you are going to want to be. We also have some messages straight from Naoki Yoshida, as well as the game's director Hiroshi Takai. Yoshi P having this to say, "Greetings everyone, I'm happy to announce that our newest trailer, Ambition, is now live. Rather than focusing on action as we did in our last reveal, this time we wanted to give the world a more in-depth look at Final Fantasy XVI's lore and its rich cast of characters, with the dominance front and center. The flames of war spread as Philistia enters an age of twilight. Where will fate lead the dominant, and what future awaits the realm at the end of this bitter conflict? There are still many more questions to be answered, many more truths to be uncovered. With regards to development, the team has turned a corner and entered the home stretch, and is currently concentrating its efforts on debugging, tweaking, polishing, and optimization. As for promotion, over the next few weeks, myself, main director Hiroshi Takai, creative director Kazutoyo Mihiro, and localization director Michael Christopher Koji Fox will be taking part in interviews with multiple media outlets from across the globe to bring you even more information, so make sure to keep your eyes out for those as well. In the game's director Hiroshi Takai having this to say, "Hello, our third trailer is finally here, and jam-packed with exciting new information that provides a better picture of how the game's setting, lore, and characters tie in with our compelling narrative. Hopefully it was worth the wait. As the game edges closer to completion," he might want to have phrased that a little different, "the team has turned its full attention to debugging and final adjustments. Now that things are starting to come together, the game is sizing up to be something truly special. We know you are all hungry to see more, but for now we hope that this little peek into the world of Final Fantasy XVI is enough to keep you satisfied, and of course speculating until our next big reveal." And indeed, the new trailer gave us a ton of stuff to speculate on, but between these two statements, I think the most important thing to note is the one from Naoki Yoshida, where he says that over the next few weeks they're going to be taking multiple interviews from many media outlets. For those of you who aren't familiar with the channel as longtime subscribers are, you can bet I'll be hunting down every single interview and talking about them on the channel. This is an extremely exciting time to be a Final Fantasy fan, and speaking of the speculation continuing, we got a reveal on some brand new characters in the Final Fantasy XVI trailer, and the official Final Fantasy XVI website has given us some updated details, in the form of two brand new characters. Keep in mind that I'm probably going to butcher the names of these characters because I haven't heard them much in spoken dialogue. That, and I'm just not good with names in general. The first being Dion Lesage. He's said to be, quote, "the crown prince of the Holy Empire of Sambrique, and leader of its noblest and most feared order of knights, the Dragoons. Dion is loved and respected both by his people and his troops, not least for the many times he has turned the tide of battle in their favor. Indeed, the songs of heroism of the warrior prince and his icon Bahamut, king of dragons, are never far from the lips and lutes of Sambrique's bards. But not all is well in the Empire, and the gathering shadows may yet be enough to quell Bahamut's light." First of all, we finally know who Bahamut is. He was in the Dominance trailer, but I don't think too many people expected him to be Bahamut. At least I certainly didn't. Next, we get a man who has some of the coolest armor in the whole game, as well as controlling one of the coolest icons, Odin. His name is Barnabas Thurmer, arriving on the shores of Ash as a landless, titleless wanderer. It was Barnabas' skill with the blade that won him a kingdom, and though the local beastmen were to rise in revolt against his rule, Barnabas called on the power of his icon Odin to quell their rebellious nigh single-handedly, bringing the entirety of the eastern continent under the Waluders banner. Now he has an army and navy that rival any in Philistia at his disposal. Yet still the king is drawn to where the fighting is thickest, riding into battle atop his spectacled steed, and sundering foes with his fabled black blade, or merely observing the unfolding chaos from the sidelines, a grisly gleam of fascination ever in his eyes. And this dude looks looks really cool. He also kinda has a resemblance to Clive. Is this the fabled Pepe Sylvia? Only time will tell. Shout out to patron Paul Pratt and the rest of the Ultima community.